Yo, my people, dev CFC, Riddles Blue, back with another video. Match review settings for the Chelsea and West Ham game, which we won 2-1, 2-1, courtesy of goals from Pedro Neto and an own goal by Wan-Bissaka. My brother Amz used to be his favorite right back there still. Look at the graphic, man. Hey, you guys smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, turn on notification bells so you don't miss any new Chelsea content from me. Help me get as many subscribers, as many views as possible. Leave any thoughts and opinions you have down below. But yeah, man, 2-1. Can't lie to you. We made this game a lot harder than what it needed to be. If we're going to be honest, if you look at the whole match, we could have got a clean sheet. We actually could have got a clean sheet. But we're going to dive into that. But we're going to have to start off with, obviously, the starting 11. And the starting 11 today, we had Philip Jorgensen in goal. Enzo Maresca made the right decision in dropping Robert Sanchez. Drop him because after his recent mistake against Man City, there's no way in hell this guy could have started. No chance in hell. And I'm just so happy because even if you saw his press conference before the match about the team news, he made it seem like, oh, it's a difficult decision. It wasn't a difficult decision. That man there was waiting for the perfect time to get him gone out of this team because he did cause a lot of mistakes, but none as horrific than that mistake against Manchester City. You feel me? So, like, I'm just happy to know that Jorgensen started. And like I said, we could have kept a clean sheet. We could have kept a clean sheet today because West Ham, they did a lot. They did take a lot of shots, but you wouldn't have scored niche. And Jorgensen could have had a clean sheet in his first game after Robert Sanchez got dropped. But that's besides the point. Right back, we had our captain Reece James, big him up. Centre backs, we had Tosnado Rabayo, who took the place of Trevor Chalobah. Levi Cole was a left side centre back as usual. Left back was Mark Cucurella. CDMs, we had Enzo Fernandez as well as Moises Caicedo. On the left, we had Jadon Sancho. On the right, we had Noni Madueke. In Cam, Cole Palmer. Striker, Nicholas Jackson. If I'm going to be honest with you, I would have wanted to see Christopher Nkunku start. I'd have wanted to see Pedro Neto start. But they eventually did come on. But just to talk about the first half, we were doing a lot, creating a lot of chances, taking some shots, but realistically, no end product. No end product. After 7 shots, we had 0 on target. Jarring. Jarring. And the problem that I have with this team a lot of the time is that when it comes to our attack, it's so blunt. If Cole Palmer don't do niche, you can't expect nothing from Sancho, can't expect nothing from Noni Madueke. You man might create some big chances and whatnot, but realistically for me, you don't do enough. You don't do enough. But I'm looking at more of Noni Madueke because he's a guy who has been here longer than Sancho. And Sancho, I'm not looking at him to score bare goals because he doesn't necessarily have that in him. But Noni, when you take on guys, you don't necessarily do enough, man. I'll be so honest, man. And even the shots that you have, you need to put them away. If you want to be consistently, for me, in the starting lineup regularly, then you need to put away your chances. You don't do enough. You miss enough chances, and it's not good enough. This is why, for me, I would rather have you on the bench and you come on. Because when it comes against a team who are very fresh, don't always do a lot. In all your games more time this season, like you scored against Man City, but that was obviously a mistake by them. Other than that, you scored against teams in the bottom half. Like Nottingham Forest, the only other team that you can say that you scored against. And fair enough, that's in the top half. But everyone knows it's lower halves. Like it's just you need to improve more. But that's why I'd have a Cole Palmer on the right hand side because man like Cole, he likes to disrupt things. He's not just going to do the same thing over and over again because if you keep doing the same thing over and over again, expect a different result. It's impossible, man. You need to change it up. Be more inventive. Take risks. You don't do that enough. And Sancho, bro, like you need to do a lot more. Like realistically, for me, you have to. Even Nicholas Jackson today, he had to do more. Our attack was so blunt. Like for me, like I said, I would have started my preferred side, my attackers, Nkunku, um, my bro, Pedro Neto, as well as Cole Palmer behind Jackson. Jackson, hey man, you should have done more, but you've been on some poor form. This is now 8 games where you've not scored in the Premier League, your longest drought. And hey man, you gotta pick it up because if anyhow he gets a 10, you should already be benched. But realistically, we don't have too many options as a striker, and that's on the board. The board needs to do a whole lot more in terms of bringing new attackers in. You better do this summer because the transfer window is now closed. It's 11 p.m. The transfer window has now closed. You man need to make sure you get a striker for this summer because we cannot be just relying on Nicholas Jackson. You would sit there and say, and Kunku can be a striker. He's not a striker. Don't do that. Mark Gu, he's a good young talent, but he needs a lot more time. He needs a lot more time. So for me, the attack didn't necessarily do enough. And in our first half, yeah, man, it was just not good enough. I think in the midfield, Enzo Caicedo, you're always like the most consistent part of the team. Like I can look at you guys more time and just be like, yeah, man can count on you guys. Enzo, you'll win tackles, you'll push forward, you will play dangerous balls that can just ask the question of opposition. That's what you will do. You ask the question of the opposition. And that's all man asks for because as a midfielder who pushes up, like we shouldn't be relying on you so much to get goals and assists. But why is it that you will do a whole lot more than what Noni, Madueke, and Sancho will do? Like, it's because you want more. You will die for this badge. I'm not trying to say these guys won't die for this badge, but basically, you lot guys need to do a whole lot more, man, because you don't show enough. Intuitive. You don't show enough. What's that thing called? Desire, in order to beat your man, score goals. Enough shots go off target. Not good enough. Not good enough. Obviously, that's midfield. Enzo Caicedo. You guys are consistent. And then we talk about the defense. And this is where things get aroused because Reece James, coming back from injury, he doesn't play every single game. He is a guy who's recently coming back, and he had a slight scare as well. He might have come off injured. Nicholas Jackson could have come off injured with a hamstring problem, but neither of those two came off. And Tosin Adebayo, you had a very good game today. Personally, for me, that experience was needed. It was needed. But to Levi Cole, you are the reason why we even conceded a goal. You are the reason. Your back pass. What are you doing, bro? What are you doing? And if you're trying to talk about that being a foul, what a guy was doing to whoever was holding you at this point in time, for me, that's light, man. You can't be asking for a foul for that, man. It was very soft. And you caused us to go 1-0 down just before half time when man's fearing the worst, thinking, wow, man, now we have to come back from behind. Because all we needed to do today is draw and we could be in the top 4, but we desperately needed the 3 points so we can go 2 points clear of Manchester City, 2 points clear of Newcastle, 3 points clear of Bournemouth. Because this top 4 or top 5 race, who's never going to get Champions League, it is close. It is close. And you put that in jeopardy. You did. You can't put no blame on Jorgensen or anything like that. Because what is he meant to do? Is Jared Bowen, a guy who's been very good for West Ham during the last couple of years. He was doing his thing. And Graham Potter, he did a lot very well for his team. The man there set us up to what's the thing called? He set us up. He set them up to defend very well. And it took us a very long time in order to get that goal. But this is where man has to talk about man like Enzo Maresca. You see in the second half, everything changed. He knew full well that we can't lose this game. He knew it. And what did he do? 5 minutes in, substitutions. Nico off. Sancho off. Pedro Neto on. Mark Gu on. These changes helped a lot. They helped a lot because in the attack, we looked more threatening. Pedro Neto going up and down, up and down. Mark Gu just having that little bit more energy because Nicholas Jackson, you were just poor today. You wasn't even in the match. What did you do? Man's gonna be honest. What did he do? let's just be real. Let me come off this door because you man seen that long enough. Like, let's just be honest here. Nicholas Jackson, what did you really do today? Nothing. Nothing. And it wasn't good enough. And that's why I'm happy that Maresca was very proactive in bringing on subs. Because you know, if this game goes longer and longer, the team is just going to be throwing away chances. And we cannot afford to do that. Not with the fact that we can go into the top four, 2 points clear. Because we need Champions League football. We need it. Regardless of whatever the board say or whoever says anything, we need Champions League football. So for me, like, I'm happy to know that you were very proactive, very proactive. And then, not too long after that, bang on Christopher Nkunku, you bang on Mark Gu, you bang on Malo Gusto. Those changes helped a lot. Once these men came on, it didn't take long for us to get the goals that we needed. It didn't take us long. Let me just look at when you made the substitutions, because you made the first subs in the 50th minute, and then you made the second subs. Okay, no, I don't even know. You made the second subs in. You made the second sub, the first interval. You made the first subs in the 51st, and then 61st minute, you bring on Malo Gusto and Nkunku, and guess what? 3 minutes later, Kaplawi, bon voyage, goal. Neto on the right hand side swings the ball in. It nearly came off Mark Gu, and I was so scared because if it touched him, he would have been offside. But it didn't even touch him. Went back to Marco Correa, who finds themselves in the box. Enzo Fernandez, his shots gets blocked, falls to Pedro Neto, and goal! Goal! 1-1. Game changed. From that moment forth, we was on the front foot. We was on the front foot. We was taking the game to them. That's how we ended the first half. That's how we ended the first half. And personally speaking, I'm just so happy that we done that. Even Areola, he made a great save to deny Cole Palmer. Made it a great save to deny Cole Palmer in the first half or second half. It was a good free kick. But yeah, man, he denied that. But then the subs changed everything. Pedro Neto scored after 3 minutes of us making 4 changes, amping up the atmosphere, amping up that pressure. And we get our just rewards. And then guess what? Only 10 minutes later, we got our second goal. Cole Palmer being Cole Palmer. Keep on trying, doing new things. Not going to do the same thing over and over again. Cole Palmer isn't going to do that. He will try different things, whether it's taking a shot, beating your man, put the cross in. This time he tried to put a cross in. It came off Wan-Bissaka, goes over Areola, and 2-1 to the Chelsea. 2-1 to the Chelsea. 2-1. It went 2-1 after that. And you see, once that goal went in, man just believed that we was going to win this game. I was hoping that we could potentially score a third one just to put it to bed. Because one goal isn't necessarily doing enough. But when we come back from 1-0 down, it just shows the fight that we have, especially at Stamford Bridge when we are at home. Like, that means a lot. It means a lot. So personally speaking, I am just over the moon right now. Because things could have gone very left. Things could have gone very left if we drop points or if we lost, especially to Graham Potter's team. That's dead. I even said in my match preview, why Chelsea must win, and it's to get top 4, to be in charge of our own destiny. Because as long as we just keep winning games, not dropping too many points, then we can do our thing. Because you got teams like Manchester City have a tough run in. They don't have games easy. They come up against teams like Liverpool, come up against teams like Newcastle, hoping and praying that these men drop as many points as possible. Newcastle, hopefully they drop points. We're now 4 points behind Nottingham Forest. Like, depending on how they do their thing, we could potentially go behind them. All we need to do is just get 2 wins and 2 more wins, and hopefully they drop points. But like, we need to apply as much pressure as possible, because 4th or 5th place could potentially get Champions League football, and that is the aim. That is the most important thing. Champions League football. I'm someone that loves and appreciates trophies, but the Conference League, we have to win that. But if we don't and we get top four, I will not be very happy. I will just be, what's that thing called? Um, I'll be content because Champions League football is everything. To go back to Stamford Bridge and be like, hearing the champions, that is everything. That is everything. So yeah, man. The goal went in 2-1 to Chelsea, and then we just saw the game out. Saw the game out. There's gonna be people that will be sitting there saying, "Oh, Christopher Nkunku, you should have driven the ball a lot more forward and whatnot." Like realistically, we have the game in the palm of our hands. As long as we don't make any mistakes, then nothing will happen. Kudus, he hit the post, but he would have been offside if the goal went in anyway. These man and Tosin Adarabioyo at the end of the game, he made a great block to deny, what's my guy's name? To deny Kudus. Because if that shot would have been on target, who knows what could have happened? Jorgensen might have saved it. He might have saved it. But Tosin blocked it. And I big you up, Tosin Adarabioyo, because you had a quality game. And like I've said many times already, we should have had a clean sheet today. We should have had a clean sheet. If it wasn't Francis Cole making that mistake, and if it wasn't Francis Cole making that mistake, we would have got a clean sheet. We would have been in the ascendancy. The game would have been so different. But it shows the fight and the hunger that this team has to get top four. You know that we have to get it. And to be 1-0 down and come back at home, that's brilliant. A man loves that, man. This team, I love it. Enzo Maresco, today, big you up every damn time. I believe in you, my manager. And again, we are back into the top four. This is now 15 times out of 24 game weeks we've been in the top four. We deserve to get Champions League football. We deserve it 1010%. So honestly, like I be saying, you man, thank you for your support. And that's obviously going to conclude the match review from me. Like I said, thank you for your support. Help me get as many views, as many likes as possible. I will be doing the player ratings tomorrow. I'll be doing the Premier League table Matchday 24 review tomorrow. So stay tuned for the more content and big up Chelsea every single damn time. I'm so proud, but we have to kick on. More wins, please. Don't drop points again. Don't go win, loss, win, loss. No. We need another win and then another one so that we can have as much space as possible in order in the top four, because the end to our season is not going to be easy. We play a lot of the top teams in our last couple of games of the season. So please just do the justice, do the job, keep up the momentum, and big up Cole Palmer, big up Pedro Neto. Without you guys, we wouldn't have scored these goals. So big you up. Enzo Caicedo, you man were brilliant today. Defensively, we were brilliant. Besides the Levi Cole mistake, but Noni, Sancho, you might need to improve, man. Or just start Pedro Neto, playing Kunku, please, I beg. Because I think that those guys there will do a lot more if they start more regularly than Sancho and Noni Madueke. And we could have them both come off the bench. Their impact I think, would be a lot better coming off the bench against tied up positions. So that's just my thoughts and opinions in it. But again, thank you all for your support. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe button, turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any new Chelsea content from me. And as always, come on Chelsea, come on Chelsea. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them. If you don't ask in like the next 1 or 2 minutes, then I'll just end the stream. But if you want to ask me any questions, feel free. Feel free. And like I said, player ratings tomorrow, Premier League table review tomorrow. We are back for the watch along this weekend against Brighton in the FA Cup. Stay tuned for that. And yeah, transfer news, transfer deadline day. Transfer news is now over. The window is shut. And now we have to wait until summer to sign a striker. And we better sign a striker in the summer. So yeah, man. But no one's asked me any questions. Alright, say less, man. That's calm. But again, you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Have an enjoyable week, and I'll see you guys soon. And as always, come on, Chelsea. Come on, Chelsea. In a bit, my people, Dad. Love.